one thing's for certain, Keegan Murray, and I know we're going to have this untouchable conversation probably multiple times this year, so I'm just going to put it out there now. Keegan is not moving. He's shown enough to me. And as this team has swayed and as this team has kind of gone off the deep end a little bit, Keegan taking transition threes with a purpose, with intent, with everything he's doing. Keegan Murray showed me the things that he says. People wanted to start Podium Gate last night because Keegan and Keon were those who got tapped to do the post-game presser. You know what? I'm happy with that because Keegan is the future of this team. And that's how I feel about it. And hopefully Keon is, if they can hold on to him. I don't really need to hear from maybe Sabonis, sure. A lot of times he says, similar things. I don't really need to hear DeMar DeRozan at this point. A lot of people think he's gone anyway. I want to hear about the future. And I want to hear how someone like Keegan is handling it. That's me being 100% honest. So, and I don't know if that's why they were picked, but I don't need to hear from, honestly, I know Zach LaVine, he's got another year and then the player option, but Keegan Murray is what excites me. Keon Ellis is what excites me, right? And I know they're just post-game pressers, but I'm not doing Podium Gate because this team, I don't even know who's going to be on it. I hope Keegan is, though.
I really just be chilling for real.
And Keon as well. So
Sacramento.
I didn't have a problem with the Podium Gate. I don't know if that was the reason they got picked, and I hear what people are saying, but personally, I'm okay with it because I'm focused on the growth of Keegan and the growth of Keon. That's where I'm at with it. And Keegan Murray has just been incredible, right? And that dude, he loves to show up nationally televised games, right? Going back to the play-in last season, last night against the Thunder, he's evolving. We talked about last season being the kind of caterpillar season. I don't know if he's a full-blown butterfly yet, but this second half of the season, I'm seeing what I wanted to see from Keegan Murray. I don't find myself wondering if he's going to be Harrison Barnes 2.0 anymore. Keegan Murray, and I'm not going to sit here and say that he's going to be a top 10 player in the league. I'm not, and he doesn't have to be. But Keegan Murray, the way he's playing basketball with a purpose, right? Understanding I am a top option here, right? I don't necessarily love what we're doing, and I'm putting words in Keegan's mouth here. But I know what my job is. And my job is to take open shots. You know why? Because I can hit them. And that's how my bread is going to be buttered. I'm starting to look around at what some of these guys are going to get paid, or some of these guys have been paid in restricted free agency. And I want to make sure that it's very clear what the future is in Sacramento, right? You got a 35-year-old DeMar DeRozan. You got Zach LaVine, who you're probably, I don't want to say stuck with, but that contract would not move easily. It took the Bulls 3 years, and Zach LaVine having the best season that he's had in 3 years. Domantas Sabonis, he's about to check in with ownership and leadership. We know what happened last time a summer started like that. So I'm out here to get mine. And that's what Keegan Murray is doing. 36 minutes. This dude is having to guard Steph Curry one night, Chet Holmgren the next night, Zion Williamson the next night, Trae Young the next night. I mean, it's incredible. And it's still giving you 28 points on 9 of 13 from 3. Okay? He blocked 3 shots, had a steal. I mean, and the rebounding, we've talked about it. 6 last night. One thing that I know for certain is going into the season and throughout the season, I don't know about Keegan, and somebody even had and I'm not even saying that this is the wrong thought process. Oh, what if we had traded Keegan for Lauri Markkanen? Maybe that could have been the right move. Maybe. I don't know, when we were doing our what if segment earlier this week. But now, Keegan is untouchable to me. That's for sure. And we'll come up with a full list. But he is untouchable to me. 28 points, most in a game since January 31st, 2024 against the Heat. Second game with 25 or more points this season, 14th of his career. Scored 25 points on 15 or fewer shots for the second time in his career. And, it's just been incredible. Just proving that he deserves whatever he's going to get this offseason for that extension. Kyle, we have that sound on Keegan and the rhythm and how it's kind of helped him so far. All right, let's
I mean, when I'm in a rhythm, I feel like I can do whatever from the 3-point line, but I feel like when I catch my rhythm, it's in transition. A sprint in the corner, again, an easy 3 that way. I feel like that kind of gets me going a little bit. So if I can get a transition 3 right off the bat, I feel like it's gonna be. Yeah, I mean, it's been tough to try and figure out how to hunt threes in a way with this team so far. But I feel like over the last couple of weeks, I've kind of felt like a rhythm in a way. And obviously, Doug wants us to get up around 40, 45 threes a game. So I'll have to do my part in helping that.
So you heard it right there. He said it's been tough. It feels like he has to hunt threes. That's where we're at. And you know what? Sometimes you have to stop being polite. And I know I'm going to say the 2 words here, but I promise you I'm not looking back in time. But this does go back to the Mike Brown era. And Mike Brown saying Keegan needs to just kind of force the issue at times and put his foot down and say, hey, it's my time. Just like Skip Bayless. No, it's my turn now. You said it was my turn. That's what Keegan needs to do. And he's getting to the point now where it's you ever play pickup and you know if I pass this rock, I'm not getting it back. So I'm going to just take this transition 3 because I need to get mine. That's where Keegan is at right now. If I pass this basketball, I'm probably not getting it back. So I'm going to try to get mine now. And I love to watch it. Because that's the development, and that's no disrespect to the elder statesmen on the team. But when you're looking at a team that is fighting to stay in a play-in, I'm looking at the future now. And the future is Keegan Murray. And I'm not sitting here saying that he's going to be a top 5, top 10, top 20 player. I don't know. What I do know is that at some point, we needed to see Keegan put his foot down and say, I'm a part of this now. I'm a part of this now. And we're seeing Keegan play with a little bit more aura, if you will. He's talking to benches, right? He's doing things that we hadn't seen Keegan do in the past. And if we can take anything away from this season, I mean, and we'll do that, Kyle, when the season's officially over, I would say that second half from Keegan Murray from the start of 2025, January on, is maybe the main thing that stuck out to me.
Well, I have those numbers here for you.
Here we go.
He's shooting 47% from the field and 40% from the 3-point line since January 1st of this past year. His scoring is at 13.4, which is lower than it was last year, but he's also taking fewer shots per game than he was last year. His field goal percentage was at 44% last year. He's at 47% through January, or from January 1st onward, which honestly is where I would look at Keegan's season. The season-long numbers are going to look not as good because of the tough shooting stretch he had the first 2 months of the season. So if you just take it from like December onward, Keegan's just had an excellent offensive season in the role they've asked him to do, while, as we've mentioned, guarding 1 through 4 pretty much every night, whoever the best 1 through 4 option is on the other team.
Yeah, and it's been great to watch. You know, and he's not a perfect player, and I can get caught up with the Trey Murphys and some of the other guys that have a bit more freedom and maybe offensively look a little bit more advanced, you know, as far as creating their own shots. But the more you watch Keegan, the more you start to see, okay, he's finding his lane, right? And as long as he finds his lane, this dude is going to have an opportunity. We've been waiting for him to have to guard the best player and still have the sea legs to make jump shots and take jump shots. We've been waiting for him to say, hey, this is my rock. Get out the way, dude. You've been dribbling for 3 hours now. It's my time. It's my time now. And that is, at the very least, what we've been seeing. Let's recap what happened. The gauntlet is, I guess, over. So let's recap how the Kings did in the gauntlet, and then we'll get to some pocket watching as well. Alan Stiles, Sactown Sports.
Thursday night, Kings and Trailblazers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the High Flyer